easy ways to transition your wardrobe from summer to fall. Good morning. For those of you who don't know, my name is Maya Karen. I run a fashion blog called Classically Kept. It does feature luxury, contemporary, and how to style, and now natural hair care. If you are into any of those things, please consider subscribing to my channel. Click the notification bell. That way you will never miss a video. So as I said before, we are going to go through 10 easy tips and tricks to transition our wardrobe from summer to fall. So first, let's talk about why we are layering. Let's talk about what the purpose is. I don't know about y'all, but here in the South, I am in the Charlotte metropolitan area. In the mornings, it is beginning to get a little cool. In the afternoon and then late evening, it's still hot. And then once the sun goes down, it can get a little bit cooler. So for the sake of this video, we are going to talk about transitioning from summer to fall. The reason for layering is because we want to be able to be comfortable in the chilly in the morning, chilly in the afternoon, but still be comfortable during the day while it is hot. We are layering for warmth, okay? So number one, the first tip that I have is to not necessarily put away your light colored jeans just yet. All you have to do is throw on your light colored jeans, and then instead of maybe wearing like a short sleeve top, or instead of wearing a cami, you're just going to throw on a light sweater. So when I'm giving these tips, I want you to think about, even though we are still transitioning, as I said, for a lot of people during the day, it is still going to be very warm. So even when I'm giving you these tips, think about the lighter side of what it is that I'm talking about. So for instance, when I tell you to wear a sweater, or when I am giving you the tip for a sweater, make sure that it is your lighter sweater. It shouldn't be very heavy. Think light, think cashmere, think still breathable. What I will also say when we're talking about this outfit right here is actually the perfect example of layering. So let's say, for instance, you have on tennis shoes, you have on your light wash jeans. Let's say you just put on maybe like a boyfriend tee or like a more tighter tee. And then because it is cold outside, you are going to throw over, or you are going to throw on that sweater. And then once it gets hot, you still have a layer. So that way when you take off your sweater, you still have on, and it can even be a cami. It depends on how your body temperature is. For someone like me, I am always cold, so it's probably going to be a short sleeve. But the very first one is not to throw away or not to put away your light color jeans just yet. Just throw on a sweater. The next tip, tip number two, and my cowgirls are going to be very familiar with this tip, but it is to wear your shorts with boots. This can be bare leg, or you can actually, when it gets even cooler, especially at night, you can even opt for some tights. This is very simple. All you have to do is just wear your favorite pair of shorts, no matter if they are paper bag, no matter if they are high-waisted, and just throw on your perfect pair of boots. Also, with this one, this looks more of like a transitional outfit, or this looks more of like a fall outfit because you are covered more, right? So you have a little bit of room between your thigh, between your leg, and where the boots meet. Typically, when we think of people who are more covered, we think of our cooler months. The next tip is going to be long sleeve shirts, and you can see that I have on this one right here from J. Crew. This is linen, but it is slightly a heavier linen. Although it's perfect for summer, this is perfect enough for me to transition into fall. When we are thinking of this video, I want you to always keep layering in the back of your mind. This top right here can be worn in so many different ways. I have it tied. You can button it all the way down and then tuck it in, or you can actually leave it open and you can wear a cami. Again, that is a tip when it comes to layering. Let's say in the morning you have on a trench coat, then you have on this, and then you have on a cami, or you have on a short sleeve shirt. When it's time for you to go to lunch, and let's say you're going to be lunching outside with some of your coworkers, you can take off the trench coat. You can take this off, and then you can have on your cami, or you can have on your short sleeve. So one thing I do want to point out when it comes to your long sleeve shirts and just in general, and we can segue this into the next tip, is going to be watch out for your fabrics. I will give you the perfect example. This top right here, like I said, it is linen. But as we go, or as we transition, maybe you were wearing like a tissue sweater, or maybe you were wearing like a tissue top, let's say. Since we are transitioning, your t-shirt is going to be of a thicker consistency, or is going to be of a thicker fabric, right? This is long sleeve, it is linen. Now, when we transition, I might change this into like a flannel material, okay? Same thing. Once we start getting into cooler months, or once it starts getting cooler, you're not going to see a lot of people wearing linen. They're probably going to opt for cotton. I will give you another example when it comes to the long sleeve shirt. We have all seen the linen sets when it's like the paperback shorts or the shorts and it has a matching top. A lot of those you will find do have long sleeve shirts. Once we get cooler, it's probably going to turn into a flannel set, or it's going to turn into cotton. The next tip is going to be longer hems, and this is going to go for your skirts as well as your shorts. We know right now what is very popular and has been for the past couple of seasons, although, you know, people do like to partake in their hot pants. People are also partaking in the Bermuda shorts. You will be able to wear those, I would probably say maybe all the way into mid-fall, depending on where you live. You'd probably be able to get away from them here in the metropolitan area, but your hems are going to be longer. Typically, when we think of skirts, when it comes to summer and spring, we think of mini skirts, right? We think of a shorter hems. Once it gets cooler, we are going to begin to see that the hem is longer. It's going to come to the knee. It's either going to be T-length or it's going to be midi as well. One thing to keep in mind, like I said, keep layering in mind and keep fabrics in mind. Although the hem on our skirts are going to be getting longer, we still want to make sure that we are wearing breathable fabrics. We still want to make sure that we are wearing lighter fabrics. Remember, these pieces of clothing have to carry us through the entire day. We have cool, we have hot, and then we have chilly and or cool. So for instance, I said the hemlines are getting longer. You guys know that I have two beautiful midi skirts from J. Crew. One is lilac and the other is cognac or brown. They are wool. Those are too hot to wear right now, as opposed to maybe a cotton or like a bi-stretch or a twill. Next, and this is actually an easier tip and a lot of people don't think about this, but switching out your accessories. So the very first one is just going to be simply the color of your bag. In white, we as women, we love to wear light colored bags, more specifically white bags. In order to transition your outfit or to transition your closet, you are going to begin to pull out your darker color bags, your browns, your cognacs, your navies, and your blacks. It's the exact same thing with a hat. I am not a hat gal, but for those of you who are, you are more than likely going to be wearing a lighter fabric, or you're going to be wearing a straw hat. Change that for a felt hat. Things are simple like that. Also, what you can do is your bright colored sunglasses. Let's say you have bright pink. Let's say you have bright yellow. You can begin to transition that by doing tortoise, or you can do black, you can do navy, or you can do brown. Just little simple things. Like for instance, a lot of times, and I know this is a controversial topic because a lot of people don't like it, but it has become very popular within the last couple of years. White pumps. Some people associate light pumps or white pumps with summer. All you have to do is the same thing that you would do with your purse. Is just start moving those into your darker colors, your blacks, your navies, your maroons, your burgundies, your nudes, and your cognacs and your browns. The next tip is going to be add some type of leather to your outfit. Keep in mind that we're going to try to keep the leather light. I'm not talking about bringing out your extra heavy leather pants, though you are going to sweat in those. It's not time to pull those out yet, but think about lighter. You can even think about pleather. But the reason why I say leather is that most people associate leather with your cooler months. Most people associate leather with your fall and your winter. So it can be a vest. Maybe it's a skirt. Make sure the skirt has a slit for a little bit of aeration. Maybe it can be a cropped jacket. Maybe it can be an accessory, maybe like a band or some earrings, or maybe even change your bag out. I know for me, when it comes to the warmer months, you guys will always see me carrying a light colored bag, or you will see me carrying a raffia and or straw bag. Switch that out. Add some type of dark leather element to your look. And also, adding leather to an outfit automatically makes it look heavier. The next tip is going to be darker colors, which is something that is very simple. So for something like this is white. A lot of people associate white with summer. I believe the rule is you're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day. I myself don't particularly care or follow that, but a lot of people still do. So for instance, this shirt also came in a cognac or a brown. If I wanted to transition, or if I wanted to give the look of more of a fall or an autumn look, I would change into the brown one. So simply changing your colors from pastel to jewel tones, simply changing from light neutrals to dark neutrals. So let's say, for instance, in the summer you love wearing nude. Let's say, for instance, you love wearing tan or beige. You're going to transition that into a cognac or a brown. Same thing with green, or same thing with blue. Let's say you love pastel blue or robin's egg blue. If you really want to go bright and pungent, you can go cerulean blue, or if you want to go classic, you can just go to navy blue. The next tip is to use a scarf as a layering piece. And I'm talking about the huge ones. We all know that the Cost and the Acne ones have been going viral for the past couple of seasons. All you have to do is just take it. You can just put it around your shoulders, or you can just kind of drape it on yourself like a shawl. You'd be surprised at how instantly that can up chic your outfit. But it's just simple things like this. Simply adding a scarf. Again, we're talking about layering, which is going to segue us into the next tip. But just think about things that you can easily take on and take off. Layering, which is my next tip, and this actually deserves a video by itself. A lot of people are scared to layer because they might feel like they look like a little homely, or they might look bulky, or they might even look homeless. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do a video strictly on how to still look chic when it's cold and when you are layering. But layering is actually a lot more simple than people think it can be. One of the effects of layering is adding depth to your outfit. Also, you can do that by adding texture. You will find a lot of people, y'all know that I love monochrome looks, but you will find a lot of people who dress in monochrome. The reason why the look does not run flat is because they add texture. But something as simple as layering. Take your favorite, let's say, fit and flare dress. Maybe it is sleeveless, right? So when we are transitioning, when we begin to get into those cooler evenings, all you have to do is keep that dress on and just take your favorite button up and just place it under. You have now taken that dress from summer to fall. And my last tip is tailoring. Some people do associate tailoring with cooler months, simply because when you think of a tailored outfit, it is very cinched and it is very close to the body. When we think of summer, when we think of spring, we want to make sure that what we're wearing is breathable. We don't want to be confined with our clothing. That's why you will find a lot of people wear very flowy clothing when it comes to summer and spring. They don't want to be confined. They don't want to be hot. They don't want to be sitting outside at a concert or brunch with the girls and their clothes are sticking to them. Me personally, I love tailoring no matter if it's a cooler month, no matter if it's a warmer month, but a lot of people do associate tailoring with your cooler months. I will give you the perfect example. It's so small. So let's say, for instance, you are wearing your boyfriend tee. It's kind of slouchy, but it's still elevated. All you have to do is take your favorite pair of cropped tailored pants, throw on a belt, and then wear your favorite flat sandals. Just by cinching in the waist with your darker colored trousers and adding that tailored trouser, you are going to transition your outfit into autumn. Then let's go ahead and add a scarf, and then we can maybe add like a cropped leather jacket. In the morning, you will be warm. In the afternoon, when it's time to go to lunch, you can take off the leather jacket. You can even take off the scarf, and then you'll be ready for lunch. And then when it is time for you to commute home, you can then throw on the leather jacket. You can then throw on the scarf, and you are prepared for the entire day. So those are all the tips that I have for you today. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. Let me know which one you didn't think of or what you want to try. I just want to remind you, here on YouTube, I do upload videos every Wednesday and Sunday. And of course, right here or right here, I'll put my Instagram handle. And remember, ladies, to dress with simplicity to make a lasting impression. Bye.
We always have it coming.